Hello, and welcome to English Podcast with Missy. Here we learn English for real life. Clear, slow, and simple. Let's learn English together. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hello, everyone. It's Missy. Welcome back to our cozy English corner. Today, I want to share a personal story with you. One that challenged me, scared me, and changed me. It's called The Big Presentation, I Found My Voice. A few days before this moment, I had never spoken in front of a large group. I had always avoided it, and I had often stayed quiet, even when I had something to say. But then something unexpected happened, and I was given a chance I didn't feel ready for. In this episode, I'll tell you how I faced that moment, how I prepared, and what I learned along the way. As you listen, pay attention to how I use past simple and past perfect to describe my experience. All right, let's begin. It started on a Friday morning that looked completely normal. I woke up a little earlier than usual. The sky was still soft and gray, and the city outside my window was quiet. I made a cup of coffee, sat at my desk, and opened my laptop slowly. At first, everything felt like a normal workday. I checked messages, replied to a few emails, and started planning my tasks. Then I saw it. A new email from my manager. I didn't think much at first. But when I saw the subject line, I stopped. Urgent. Presentation assignment. Monday. My heart slowed for a second. Then I opened it. The message was short, but clear. My manager had asked me to give a presentation on Monday morning. It would be about our new project. And I would have only 5 minutes to present everything. 5 minutes. I read it again. And again. At that moment, it felt like the room became quieter. Before that day, I had never given a formal presentation in front of a large group. I had always stayed behind my desk during meetings. I had often avoided speaking unless I was directly asked. Even when I had good ideas, I usually kept them to myself. So when I saw that email, I felt something new. A mix of fear and disbelief. Why me? Was this a mistake? Had my manager expected too much? I closed the laptop slowly, but the message stayed in my mind. For the rest of the morning, I tried to work normally, but I couldn't concentrate. Every few minutes, I found myself thinking about the same thing. I have to speak in front of everyone. And I didn't feel ready at all. That afternoon, I realized something important. Nothing would change unless I acted. So I decided to prepare. I opened my notebook and started from zero. At first, I just wrote random ideas. Then I organized them slowly into sections. Before I started practicing, I had already chosen a simple structure for my presentation. I divided it into 3 main parts. That made it feel slightly less overwhelming. Then I wrote my key sentences. Simple ones. Clear ones. After that, I stood up and tried speaking. I didn't have a plan for how to practice, so I created my own method. I called it my mirror method. I stood in front of the mirror and began speaking as if the room was full. At first, it felt uncomfortable. I avoided eye contact with myself. I spoke too fast. I forgot entire sentences. Sometimes I stopped and just sighed because I didn't know what came next. But I didn't stop. I repeated the same introduction again and again. Each time I tried to slow down. Each time I tried to breathe more calmly. Before I knew it, an hour had passed. then 2 hours. By the evening, I had already practiced more than I expected. I had made mistakes, but I had also improved. Before I went to bed that night, I had practiced several full runs of my presentation. I wasn't confident yet, but I was no longer lost. And that was progress. Sunday night came faster than I wanted. I sat at my desk again and looked at my final slides. I had changed them many times. I had adjusted words, removed sentences, and simplified ideas. I had prepared everything carefully. I had also practiced more than I thought I would. But preparation didn't remove my fear. That night, everything felt heavier. I lay on my bed, but I couldn't relax. My mind kept repeating scenarios. What if I forgot everything? What if I froze in front of everyone? What if they thought I wasn't good enough? Before I tried to sleep, I had already imagined many possible failures. Each one felt very real in my mind. I turned over in bed again and again. The room was quiet, but my thoughts were loud. Time moved slowly, very slowly. At some point, I checked the clock. It was already past midnight. Eventually, I closed my eyes, but sleep didn't come easily. I think I fell asleep only after my mind became too tired to think anymore. Monday morning arrived without warning. I woke up earlier than usual. My body felt tired, but my mind was already awake. Today was the day. Before I left home, I had checked my slides one last time. I had rehearsed a few lines quietly to myself. When I arrived at the office, everything looked normal. People were laughing, drinking coffee, starting their day. But for me, everything felt different. Before the presentation started, I had already tested the laptop twice. I had checked the connection to the screen. I had even rehearsed my first sentence in my head more than 10 times. At 10 a.m., I walked into the meeting room. The room was fuller than I expected. My manager was sitting in the middle. My coworkers were around him. Even people from other departments were there. That surprised me. Before that moment, I had thought only my small team would attend. But now, I saw more faces than I had prepared for. I stood at the front. My hands felt cold. My throat felt tight. My heart was beating so fast I could hear it. For a moment, I completely forgot everything. I had practiced so many times before that day. But in that exact moment, my mind went blank. Silence. Then I remembered something small. All those hours I had spent practicing. All the times I had stood in front of the mirror. All the mistakes I had made and corrected. I took a deep breath, and I began. Good morning, everyone. My voice was quiet at first, but it didn't stop. I continued, sentence by sentence. At first, I focused only on not forgetting, but slowly something changed. People were listening. They were paying attention. Some of them nodded slightly when I made a point. That small reaction gave me confidence. As I moved through my slides, I started to feel more natural. I looked up more often. I slowed down my speech. I even added small pauses where I had previously rushed. Before I realized it, I was not just reading slides. I was actually speaking. The presentation that had felt like a nightmare was becoming manageable. And then suddenly, I reached the final slide. 5 minutes had passed. It was over. There was a short silence after I finished. Just a few seconds. Then I heard it. Clapping. At first, it was light. Then stronger. Then more people joined. I stood there for a moment, not knowing what to do. Then I smiled. I said thank you. And stepped back. My legs felt weak, but not from fear anymore. From relief. After the meeting ended, my manager approached me. He told me I had done a great job. He said my ideas were clear and well organized. He also said something I didn't expect. He said I had improved a lot during the presentation itself. That surprised me. After that, a few coworkers also came to talk to me. Some said they had understood everything clearly. Others said they were impressed that I stayed calm. But inside, I knew the truth. I had not started calm. I had become calm. Slowly, during the presentation. Before that day, I had believed I was not a confident speaker. But after that experience, I started to think differently. I realized something important. I had not been confident at the beginning, but I had prepared. I had practiced. I had faced my fear. And because of that, I succeeded. That day didn't just give me a presentation experience. It changed how I saw myself, and I finally understood something simple. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build. In this story, we use two important past tenses. Past simple. Used for completed actions in order. I opened the email. I practiced my presentation. I gave the presentation. I stood in front of the room. Past perfect. Used for actions that happen before another past action. I had never given a presentation before. I had prepared my slides before Monday. I had practiced many times before the meeting started. I had already checked everything before I arrived. Past perfect helps us understand the timeline clearly. It shows what happened first. Thank you for listening to my story today. When I first received the news, I felt afraid. I had never spoken in front of a large group before. I had doubted myself, and I had imagined many things going wrong. But step by step, I prepared. I practiced more than I thought I could. And when the moment came, I didn't run away. I spoke. And because I took that step, everything began to change. So if you are feeling nervous about something in your life right now, remember this. You don't have to feel confident first. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin and keep going. Thank you again for being here. Take care. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next episode.